Alright guys, here we have my boy Iori, Yagami. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. I've always been saying it like that since I've either played the game or just have watched like the mini series, the mini movies that are on YouTube and whatnot. But this figure is from Storm Collectibles, and he does not disappoint in my opinion. The only thing I would say that kind of hinders him is his jacket, but we'll get to that once we get to the articulation part of the video. But aesthetics wise, he looks dope. I like how he has that crescent moon in the back like he always has. This is a true design to the King of Fighters 98, and I'm a big fan of playing that one because it was one of the first games that I actually played from, ironically, from King of Fighters. And I did like all the characters. I liked Kyo, I liked Iori, I did like Ralph and Clark, and one of my personal favorite is Terry Bogard, which that dude is a beast. I've always loved playing him, and he's always been in my roster of characters when it comes time to play. Uh, Good number two for me has always been Iori. I like the dynamic he always kind of had with Kyo. You know, him being the dark flame and then Kyo having the true flame. So that was always really cool. I don't know, his appeal just kind of was always interesting to me with the red pants. Back in the day, my favorite color was red, so I was a sucker for the red hair, the red pants. I was like, dang, can this dude like be any more cool? You know, when I was like 10 or 11 years old, and boom, he was busting out purple flames. I'm like, oh yeah, that's my dude. So yeah, it's cool how they kind of went with the designs back then, even with the, I guess I wouldn't call it chain. It's more of like a strap that he has kind of bolstered right there, right underneath his kneecaps. Those kind of they don't really hinder as much as I thought they were, but you'll see that. I just want to kind of get the aesthetics out of the way. So he looks dope. I really just like how he looks. As you can see, I already have the purple flame right there in his right hand, and that fits in pretty snug. The thing I really like about Storm Collectibles is that the joints are really good. This is actually my first Storm Collectible, so the thing I like about it is that everything was nice and tight, fit good, and he just comes with a good amount of accessories. So with that being said, let me just take him off of the rotating stand. All right, gonna put that over there. So get him in focus. So when it comes to the homeboy Iori, let me just turn this down just a bit. All right. Oh, my boy is shining. All right, here we go. So yeah, as you can see, he has that choker. You know, my boy's a little emo, so he's got the choker right there. This flame effect right here looks really nice. He's holding it very good, and yeah, look at that, the backside of it. It just, all of it looks really good, and it's super sturdy as well. And he even has the ring right there. So let me go ahead and get into the articulation. I'm just gonna pop this off. You see how it kind of is supposed to grip his hand, so that's really cool right there. So when it comes to his articulation, his neck is actually pretty soft, so just kind of be mindful of that, you know, not to keep him in the heat or anything like that, because I have seen figures where they're just kind of like chilling in the heat or next to your window, and they will over time maybe kind of create like some discoloration and tear. But yeah, his neck piece is a soft plastic, so just be mindful of that. So he's able to look down. He's able to look down about this much, look up about this much. He does have the side to side, so that's cool. When it comes to his arms, he's able to lift up about this much before he starts to feel some hindrance. Now, the thing about this, I should say, top part is that it's very kind of independent to his bottom part. So he has this part that moves like that, and it moves side to side. So you can get him in some pretty dynamic posing. But then his bottom shirt right here can allow him for just some movement, just enough to kind of twist and turn, but not that much. So that's kind of a bummer. This is a very soft plastic, so I'm glad that they kind of have that for him. Let's see how far down he can kind of look. Yeah, so he's able to look this far down, which is pretty good in my opinion, but you will kind of, I don't know if you guys can see, look, kind of get some gappage right there, so just kind of be mindful of that. Every time you bring him up, you will kind of have to, tuck that in. So he does get dusty real quick because of the black that he has on. Moving on down, he can kick up pretty good. Let me see. Yeah, he can kick up pretty good, and the strap that's connected to his knee, or I guess below his knee, does not really hinder him that much. It's actually long enough to where he can do what he needs to do. Bends at the knee right here. This is what I was talking about earlier. It doesn't really hinder him that much. I mean, you can kind of get the articulation, but even if it was not there, the regular articulation to the knee would have stopped it anyways. So I can't really gripe about that. He just does not have the real true more than 90-degree angle bend at the knee. So this is actually 90 is what you get. Let's see, he does have a thigh swivel, so that's cool. Can he kick out? Yes, he can kick out. So if he needs to get those poses, yeah, he can kick out. Somebody screenshot that because that looks dope. So yeah, my dude can pretty much kick out to where he needs to be. Let's see, the foot articulation, he's able to bend that far back and then this far forward. He does have some pivot right here, so that's pretty good. And then he has the toe articulation. So overall, oh, I didn't even talk about the arms, I'm sorry. We got bends at the elbow right here, so they're actually more than 90, which I do like, so that's cool. And then you have in and out action with rotating peg right here, so that's pretty cool. Standard, but nonetheless still pretty cool. I just like how this feels in hand. He just looks and feels just really good in hand. But anyways, so that's it for the homeboy's articulation. Let's take a look at some of his accessories. I'm gonna put this boy on the rotating stand and let's get into it. Okay, the first accessory that we're going to get into is the headpieces. So let's start from head to toe, then to accessory. So the first piece of his head, or the first head sculpt I should say, that we're going to get is this homie right here. Let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit. So he's kind of covered by some of his hair. I don't know if you guys can see that. So he is kind of covered by the hair right here, but you can still see the facial expression in him. Like, my boy is about to get dastardly on the beat. So that's that. The next one that we have is him just mad. If anything, just kind of like somber, not feeling anything, neutral face. So yeah, and it's crazy because you can see the eye underneath or behind the hairpiece. So that's cool. And then the last head sculpt we get is him with just the gritting teeth. So to me, that looks cool. He's just chilling, gritting teeth, mad eye. This thing's not wanting to focus. Okay, mad eye. So yeah, that looks really good. And then he also